The New Orleans Saints are in quite an interesting spot, kind of a weird spot. Every year everyone's saying, hey, tear it down, rebuild. And the Saints are like, no, we want to go out and we want to maximize our window. And the thing is, if you want to go out and maximize that window, you have to build through the draft. And with this mock draft, I think that's exactly what I did. I wanted to turn weaknesses into strengths, and I want to turn you guys into a contender because I know that's what your coaching staff and your general manager wants you to be. And we're going to go out and we're going to follow that vision. So, starting off here at number 29, your first round pick, obviously you got this back in that Sean Payton trade, which, really worked out for you guys. I'm taking Adetomiwa Adebawore, somebody who I think can be a really good player on the inside, on the edge. I mean, the Ravens even tried to use him at linebacker during the combine. They tried to get him. He did linebacker drills because they wanted him to do them. The dude's really versatile, and I think honestly his role is probably more inside on this team, which is why I took him and why I took another edge with your next pick. I figured, hey, you guys want to be really versatile up front. You lost a lot of players when it comes to edges. You lost Marcus Davenport. You lost, I think, several interior defensive linemen. And, Adebawore can be that interior guy. And Keon White, who is available at 40. I'm not sure he'll be there in real life, but hey, I think if he is, he can be that edge player for you. I know you might be thinking, hey, it's a little redundant, but I want to get after the quarterback. That's what you guys used to be, very good at. You still have Cam Jordan. He can bring these guys along. Keon White is a perfect fit for the Saints in my book. We've picked him in the first round for the Saints at times. And the fact that he was on the board here, a shock, but I think it's a good value. So moving right along, pick number 71. This pick was interesting because, Michael Thomas, he's been, in and out of the lineup, constantly hurt for the last few years. And when he's healthy, he's so good. But he's just not healthy enough. So I went out and got somebody that I think has like X potential. There aren't that many receivers in this class that have X and number one potential. Like they can be the best receiver, on a team. And I think that's what Cedric Tillman has. Everyone looks at Jalen Hyatt and they see the deep ball, they see the potential. But a lot of people view Cedric Tillman as a better wide receiver. And while I watched his tape, I kind of saw the same thing. Somebody who has that potential to be that X outside receiver. And hey, that allows you a lot of versatility when it comes to Thomas, when it comes to Olave. You can move those guys around and make plays. So I think that was a really good pick, at least, for what you guys need. And moving on to the next pick, this is another one that I really like. It's Zach Kuntz at Old Dominion. Honestly, for a lot of these team mocks, this is somebody who I've liked to mock, but I think this is the highest I've gone with him because I'm really high on the athletic skill set. The dude's one of the best RAS scores ever, and I think he can be a really good football player with time. And a lot of these picks were win now kind of moves, but Zach Kuntz is one that, if he catches along quickly, great. He's a really good tight end now, but you might be able to give him some time and have him turn into a really good tight end in the future. And I just think with that athletic profile, he could be a beast. And so going out and getting a weapon who can be a beast, why not? And then this next pick, I think it's, kind of the opposite. Somebody who can be the epitome of stability for a Saints offensive line that struggled. Obviously, you turn Cesar Ruiz from somebody who was, really rough his first couple of years into a really good football player. And this is somebody, Emil Ekiyor, who I took with this next pick. Emil Ekiyor out of Alabama, just, clarifying. This is somebody who's played just about everywhere. He moved around in Mobile. He moved around, throughout the season. And he's somebody who can just be a plug-and-play player for whatever team drafts him. And I figured, hey, the Saints, they're the kind of team that, sometimes has those injuries or struggling players and they want to move guys around. Why not go out and get a guy like Ekiyor? And up next, I took another defensive lineman. You guys really need depth. You lost a lot of guys. And this is a guy who I think this one's more so just depth. Like Adebawore, you think can wreak havoc. And maybe this guy does in the future too. It's Moro Ojomo from Texas. Somebody who I think, at the very least is edge depth. And at the very best is somebody who can become a really big contributor. And that's something that I really like in, not edge depth, defensive and like interior defensive lineman depth. But again, I just think he's somebody who could develop into a really good player, but at the very least is a rotational piece. So that's that pick. And moving on to 227, which is your next pick. You have like a 60 pick gap here. I'm taking Chris Rodriguez out of Kentucky because we don't really know what the deal is with Alvin Kamara long term. He's had a lot of these issues now. He's, gotten suspended. He's had sometimes injury issues. And I figured, hey, even if he's going to play again, we might want to go out and get a running back, just another one just to have on the roster. And Chris Rodriguez probably shouldn't be here. pretty good value in my book. Somebody was running behind a Kentucky offensive line that really, really struggled last year. So going out and getting Rodriguez this late, it's a shot in the dark, but that's what the NFL draft is. And with the last pick, I took UAB's Starling Thomas, and I think that this is somebody that a lot of people are high on that profile. You're looking for guys who have a good athletic profile or really good production, and Starling Thomas can be just that. He's a cornerback. You can always use more corner depth, and with a lot of people being high on him, you never know. Maybe he turns into a really good player, at the very least a special teamer for you. And, it's a 7-round mock draft, so you're never going to like exactly have every guy be some major contributor, but I'm going out of my way to try to find guys that I think if things go right, they can be a contributor. And that's kind of just the name of the draft. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope Saints fans, let me know what you think of the mock draft in the comments. I'm always here to hear your feedback and what you guys think your picks should be, what they will be. The draft is just around the corner. I think it's going to be a really fun time. And, make sure to stay afterwards because Weeball is delivering so much content on the 2024 class coming right after the draft. May 1st is going to be a huge day for us. We're launching the Weeball Network. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.